Today, I want to talk to you and give you kind of a funny parallel that happened to me last night that'll give me a backdrop to share a principle with you. If you're an unfaithful spouse, I think this will really help you. I think it will really explain something about the betrayed spouse and their journey. If you're a betrayed spouse, this is going to help explain to your unfaithful spouse what's going on inside of you. I'm going to kind of reveal a little bit of your hand, if you will, in a poker game to them to help them see things in a way that can maybe make both of your lives a little bit easier. So I'm going to start with a funny story. Last night, I was at home, and we have 2 dogs, and my daughter was watching me, and I was having fun with one of the dogs, and she said, "Oh, you're finally showing some affection, and you're finally being caring for, one of our dogs, and oh, it's great." We've had the dogs for 9 years, and I am affectionate sometimes, but I don't let myself get too affectionate or too attached to them, and here's why. Growing up in the inner city, I didn't have a lot of friends. We had dogs, lots of dogs. My mom actually bred pit bulls. They weren't the crazy kind of ones that you read about and all that. They were wonderful dogs. And growing up in the inner city, you needed pit bulls at some level. We had people try and break into our house and get eaten alive time after time. But it just inevitably happened that any dog that I loved, any puppy that was designated as mine, eventually had to be put to sleep. Like, there was no dog that I had that lasted more than a few years, and ultimately something would happen and they would have to be put to sleep. I hated it. I mean, I could rattle off probably 7 dogs' names that died or had to be put to sleep in some weird way while I was growing up. So now I never wanted to have dogs as I got older because I didn't want to have to put one to sleep again. But nevertheless, we had kids. Kids wanted dogs. Samantha wanted dogs. We got dogs. I'm not very affectionate with our dogs because someone has to be the objective person that when the vet bill comes and it exceeds what we realistically can afford, I'm going to have to look at Samantha and 3 other faces and go, "We're done. There is not a $5,000 budget for whatever's going on in our dog. We're going to have to say goodbye and put them down." Someone has to be the voice of objectivity. But more so than that is the reality that I don't want to get too attached to them because I remember what it feels like. And so in the dynamic of infidelity, a lot of spouses, especially unfaithful spouses, they wonder, why is it that one day my betrayed spouse is having a good day and things are going well and there's like a closeness of proximity and we're on the same page, and then they seemingly overnight go from, "Hey, this is great," to, "I hate you." And it's so schizophrenic. It's so like split personality. Like one day the betrayed is having a good day and maybe even you're being physically intimate and they've let their guard down and things are good. And then at the drop of a hat the next day or 2 days later, there's a switch. And it's a violent switch. I mean, they go from joy, hey, yeah, okay, there's hope, to I hate you all over again, and now I hate you even more. And if you come close to me, I'm going to crush you. It's a real dynamic. And let me explain to you, because it relates a lot to the funny dog story. The betrayed spouse doesn't want to let their guard down and be hurt all over again. And it's almost even more complicated because there will be times they will let their guard down. They will connect with you emotionally, verbally, and maybe even be physically intimate with you. And then the next day or 2 days later, they're so angry at themselves that they let themselves let their guard down and be vulnerable again, that now that they're angry at themselves, and it makes them even angrier at you because you're the reason that we're in this mess in the first place. Are you following me? So you have to understand there's this war that goes on constantly inside the betrayed spouse. Here's how to make it even worse, is when you're having a good day, you, the unfaithful, are having a good day. Your betrayed spouse is, very calm, very peaceful, very kind, and having a good day. And you're like, man, this is awesome. This is what will really make it so much worse, is to say, hey, do you think we could kind of have a few more good days in a row? Or how about this thing that I said is, wow, this is really a good day. Let's have more of these. Do you think you can do that? Yeah, I said that. I really did. I'm surprised I'm alive, because I was that much of just an idiot to ruin a good thing. Here's how to make a bad day worse, is when they're having a bad day, is to say to them, hey, yesterday you were la la la, we had sex, everything was great. What's different today? What's different today, dummy, is that they can't control their emotions. They hate themselves for being nice to you because they want to remain bitter and they want to remain angry and they want to protect themselves, because I don't want to have to put a dog to sleep again and cry like I did when I was 9. Are you making the parallel here? So, understand there is a war that is raging inside the betrayed. There's times where you need to lean in as an unfaithful. There's times to lean in and really enjoy it, man. Have a great day. But in the back of your mind, realize it's probably not going to be like this for a long time. There's going to be some bad days. There's going to be times to lean out. They may want their space. They may hate you today. They may just say, I don't want to be around you. That doesn't mean that there isn't going to be some good days, but it means today is not the day for you to push and point and provoke and say, well, we had a good day yesterday. What's wrong today? Dude, no, stop. So understand, just because he or she is having a terrible day doesn't mean that every day is going to be like this. But be brave as you enjoy the good days. And when the bad days come, don't retreat, don't pull back, don't disappear. Lean in and just say, hey, I love you. I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere. Whatever I can do,